Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Welcome back to the show. We are so excited to have our next guest joining us here today. Her name is Christina Maddox, and she's the owner at Heaven Sent Wedding Consultants based out of Wilmington. We're going to get to know her to find out all the amazing work that she does. And boy, oh boy, you have to check out her portfolio and see, a lot of her videos because you do amazing job. Welcome to the show today. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm great. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, pleasure to have
It's
you
amazing to
here.
be here.
Well,
Yes.
first and foremost, tell us how we can reach you. What are their websites we can find you at?
So our company is Heaven Sent Wedding Consultants and Travel Agency, LLC. We have two websites, heavensentweddings.com and heavensentravelagency.com.
Perfect. Well, we're excited to have you back here for today and to talk more about this amazing work you're doing. So let me ask you, just a little bit about yourself. So let's get your background. Where are you from originally? And let's get your journey here.
So I'm from Philadelphia originally. I'm a Temple University alum. Um, I graduated with a business degree and then was working for attorneys. Decided that my passion was really event planning because I used to
Yeah.
do tea time events for attorneys. Went back to school 4 more years and got certified as a wedding planner, event planner, meeting planner, and I'm also a certified interior designer as well.
Wow. Okay. You're a jack of all trades, master of all trades. That's a pretty amazing.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Wow, you've done a lot and you continue to do. So wait, when did you start now the company itself?
So this coming February, I'll be in business 24 years.
Oh my goodness. And you look
Yes.
like you're 24. So I don't know how that's possible, but God bless you. It's
Thank you
amazing.
so much. It's about being plant-based and organic and a pescatarian. So
Wow, wow,
yes.
wow. Okay, so let's talk then about, first and foremost, you as the founder, did you want to start to talk more about the wedding consulting part or the travel agency? Where did you want to start off for today?
So yeah, I just really wanted people to know that yes, I'm a wedding planner, destination wedding planner, and international travel advisor. I want to talk about weddings because that was like our base, that's our baby. And then what was happening was as things was transitioning in the industry, like a lot of brides wanted to do destination weddings. And so I got certified and licensed. I had to go to Mexico, live in Mexico for a month 15 years ago. And that is when my business became international. So that's when we segued from just Heaven Sent Wedding Consultants to Heaven Sent Wedding Consultants and Travel Agency
Wow.
because I got my licensing in place as an international travel advisor. And so to date, I have planned 85 destination weddings and then just a host of vacations and honeymoons. Yeah.
Oh my God. Can I ask you where some of the top destinations are for weddings these days?
So for me, I've been on the Mexican tourism board for 15 years. So for me, it's Mexico, it's the DR, it's Jamaica. I've also did weddings in oh God, in the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, Antigua, Bermuda, um, Cabo. I mean, just yes, like
Wow.
like a lot of Jamaica, and also I did a destination wedding in Barbados for 250. That was fun.
Oh my goodness, this is amazing work. And for those of you just on the podcast, I'm on the Zoomcast with her, so I get to see some of her work behind her, and of course on the website itself. And this is fascinating. And can I be honest with you? I went to
Yes.
one destination wedding in Mexico, my cousin, 2014, and it was at the Dream something in not Cancun, but it's close to Cancun.
It's in Playa del Carmen.
Yes, thank you so much. And
You're
I have
welcome.
one coming up in Turks and Caicos actually in 2 months. So I think it's the most amazing thing. Why do you recommend to your brides and grooms to do destination weddings?
Because they will get the most out of their money. They really truly will. You know, when clients says they have $20,000 to spend on their wedding, I mean, let's just be honest. Weddings is going up 2024. You know, the average wedding, if you do something in the tri-state area, the average wedding is about 35 to 40 grand. right? So this is an opportunity
Yeah.
for them, not only for them to do a wedding and honeymoon, but have everything there. And because everything is out of the country, depending on how many guests you invite, you can actually get credits towards your wedding. United
Wow.
States is not built for that, and United States would never do that.
Wait, so tell me how that works. You get credit. Explain the
You get
process.
credits. So depending on how many guests you invite,
Hmm.
depending on the venue. Now, because I have leverage, because I have the relationship with the national account managers, I'm able to negotiate credits towards their wedding. So oftentimes they can get their flowers credited, they can get the DJ credited, they can get certain decors credited towards their wedding, which if they did something in the tri-state, they wouldn't have the ability to be able to do that.
Well, and could they even get a
So
free wedding, like a free like 5 hour venue, like with food and everything?
oftentimes I can negotiate getting their ceremony for free.
Oh,
If they keep with, like, if I go to one of my account manager and I say, listen, these are the specific numbers, and every wedding is different, so I don't want to talk about
yeah,
numbers here, but because every client is
yeah,
is unique. And they say, okay, if they meet these numbers, then yeah, absolutely, Christina, they can get their ceremony for free. And you will never
amazing.
be able to do that in the United States. You just won't.
Never. I think it's the best.
Yes.
Christina, I've never been married. I have two little boys, 7 and 9. I've been dying to get married, just can't find the right one, or maybe it's me. But the truth is, my dream used to be years ago. I want a big wedding, and now I'm like, and now we're in New York, and I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, I
Yeah,
could never afford to do that. And now my girlfriend's having hers, like I mentioned, in Turks in October. I'm like, this makes more sense because
it does.
people invest in a little vacation, and it's a little out of more pocket for them, but then all right, fine, don't give me a gift. We're having a good time. We're going on a vacation, it is
Exactly.
amazing. And I just love this whole concept that I feel like a lot of people are doing this more and more. And clearly you're in the business, so you're telling me the stats, right? Is happening a lot more.
Exactly. And the other part that people don't realize when it comes to me, I bring something specific to the table because you have a lot of travel agents out there that,
Yeah.
of course, people are contacting them to do the destination weddings, but they're not wedding planners, right? So they
Hmm.
don't have that piece. So for me, I'm creating itineraries for the entire weekend. It's an experience. It's like
Yes.
you come in, you have the welcome event, you have the signature cocktail, butler hors d'oeuvres, that's the welcome. And then, the day of the wedding, you have the guys doing like the smoke thing and doing, brandy and getting the cigar rolls, so it's a total experience for me because I'm a
Wow.
wedding planner and because I'm
Yeah.
used to doing that. It's very different. It's like in a whole weekend. And then after that, after the wedding, oftentimes we're doing like the catamaran and having like, dinner on the beach and something different and something unique because I have that spin on it because I am a wedding planner.
Yes.
So my
Yes.
attention to detail is a little different.
Yeah.
And
And
since we're talking, I want to kind of like toot my horn because 8 weeks ago, I won the 2024 award for Wedding Planner and Travel Consultant of the Year
oh my God,
for
congratulations. Well,
USA.
I was just gonna congratulate you on all on her website on the About Us section. There's a whole bunch of you're in in the Knott's Best of Wedding Award. You're in the
Yes,
Marquee Who's of Who America Biographical Registry. All these
yes,
amazing awards. Martha Stewart Bride's Choice Award for the Event Planner of the Year. Certified Mexico Destination Wedding Planner. I mean, you have all these amazing accolades, and I know you also went to Temple University, so some in Philadelphia too. And now,
yes.
hold on. This is even, and then I read you were on a show. You were featured on a Lifetime show too, and now this
I
award.
was. I
Tell me,
was I was
there's
on
so,
the Lifetime show for the 2008-2009 season.
mm-hmm,
And a lot of people don't know David Tatera was the host, right? He was the
uh-huh,
host. So I got an opportunity to meet David a couple times. And David is amazing. And he's always on all the shows. And when I asked him advice, I said, David, you're always on TV. Give me advice. And he was like, Christina, pause. Your work is amazing. He was like, the only advice I could give you is never say no. He said, never say no to any opportunity that comes across your path because you never know where that opportunity would take you. And I
yeah.
took that advice from David and I, I just honed in on it. And
Oh,
no was never in my vocabulary.
well, congratulations. This is amazing, and
Thank
clearly you
you.
are worldwide. You're based in Delaware, right?
I am, yes.
Perfect. But you're working with people all over the world, I'm
I
assuming.
do. I have clients in LA. I have clients in Seattle. I have, oh my God, clients everywhere. And also, like, because I'm on the internet, right? So let's just take just Instagram just alone. In Instagram, I have 7,000 followers. That's just on Instagram. And we have 3 Facebook pages and LinkedIn and TikTok. So as far as all my followers, it's up to 20 grand followers. So people are all over the world contacting me from all different places, and I'm planning honeymoons and vacations. Like I
Yes.
just I just did a huge group vacation for Dubai. I do a lot of Italy, a lot of Morocco, Thailand,
Oh my
all
goodness.
destinations.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and not just that, you're doing family reunions, bachelorette
Yes.
parties, again, vow renewals, black tie events, you do bridal baby showers. You do a lot.
Yes.
Oh
I do
my
a lot.
goodness.
And you know what I love? I love that because I do so many different events, it's just you're breaking up the monotony and it's nothing boring. It's like my attention to detail, I'm going from one thing to another. So it's like so much fun. It's fun for me. Like people are like, I don't know how you do all this work, because oftentimes when you do a destination wedding, sometimes you may have 10 states of people coming from 10 different states.
Oh my
And it
gosh.
takes a person to know exactly what you're doing to navigate all of that,
Yeah.
navigate all those people coming from all those different states. You got to know what you're doing. And you have to know how to arrange transportation for everybody in all those locations. Everybody just isn't built for that. And I'm being honest for that, because
Yeah.
it's a big animal when you're dealing with destinations, bringing somebody from United States, or sometimes, let me say this, I did a destination where I brought people from Italy and Liberia.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So you really got to know what you're doing. And also you got to make
Absolutely.
sure that you're keeping people safe and making people understand that it's important that they have insurance. Because, anything may happen. And sometimes people pay for vacations and they can't go. And I make sure that they have insurances so they can get 100% of their money back if they have to cancel anything 24 hours before they're flying out. So it's like all the attention to detail with every location. I will have to say I'm on webinars a lot because I have to be up to speed with what goes on,
Yeah.
all over the world, which I love. It's a lot of work, but I love it. And getting the information, it's like when clients have questions concerning locations, it's like I don't have to say, let me look into that. Like I already know the answer to their questions. So
Oh my
they know that I
goodness.
have their best interest at heart because I have the information firsthand.
I love this. This is amazing. Let's remind everyone how we can reach out to you again, please, on social media, on the website. How do we find you?
Yes, so our websites are heavensentweddings.com, heavensentravelagency.com. On
Okay.
Facebook, we have 2 pages, Heaven Sent Travel Agency on Facebook and Heaven Sent Wedding Consultants on Facebook. My direct dial is 267-334-0301. And if you're on Instagram, search for us as Heaven Sent Weddings.
Beautiful. Well, we're excited to talk more about this amazing work you're doing. And by the way, on the website, I mean, the testimonials of the people you work for, that speaks volumes.
Thank
Clearly, you,
you.
you have an amazing following, and all these people talking about the great work you've done. I think that says a lot. There's a couple here that says, "My wedding at the Four Seasons Hotel in Philadelphia was May of 2015. Mrs. Estefania Forte Costa, most beautiful day in my life, thanks to the team of Heaven Sent Wedding Consultants, especially the owner and seasoned wedding planner, Christina Maddox. When I was researching wedding planners to help me put into reality the vision I had for my wedding, I wanted the best. And she says, you're the one of the best wedding planners around with all this experience under your belt, and you've done so many. I mean, I know this was from a few years ago, but you're professional,
Yeah.
prompt, graceful, efficient, alleviate all the pressure. So let's talk about that part too. The role of you as the planner part, that takes so much stress away. Some people don't understand that. Tell me also your role, what it can do to help. And people say, well, it may be too expensive. Right? It is
Um,
affordable. And tell me, yeah, you're how hands-on you are and all the things that you can do to help someone, from the planning, from the invitations to the wedding, to the florals, to the photographer. Tell me what you do.
So everything from soup to nuts. I have 4 florists on my team.
Wow.
So a lot of people don't know that. Initially they didn't know. They know now. We are florists as well. I'm also a florist, although I don't do flowers anymore because I have to run the business and because our business is international. But here's the thing. When I sit down with a couple,
Yeah.
one of the things I need to find out for them is, what are their likes? What are their dislikes? What are their takeaways? What weddings that they went to and they didn't
Yeah.
like, and what did they do want to incorporate in their wedding, and what parts they completely don't want to. And sometimes they're surprised that I say, "What didn't you like at the last wedding?" And
Okay.
they're like, "Oh, I didn't think you were going to ask me that." Well, I need to know that because I need to make sure that that is not
Yeah.
part of your day. What are your favorite colors? What do you want to incorporate? What's your style? Are you country? Are you clean lines? Are you art deco? So it's stuff like that that I need to know. And sometimes I'm seeing the type of dress the bride might be wearing and incorporate. And also I want to know their story, because later on, their story on how they met, I'll actually incorporate that in the wedding. And they really don't find out until later, because it's like, when you spend a year, sometimes a year, planning a wedding with
Yeah.
somebody, and they forget those details because the questions that I ask them, I only ask once. I don't ask them again. So of course they forget. But then if they're what, I'm like, oh, I talked about that a year ago. Like, it's all about the details. All my clients know I have their best interests at heart. And then after that, we talk about the service tiers, on which service tier. It's really about how much wedding planner you want, how much wedding planner you can afford, and if you want to do something in the tri-state, if you want to do destination. Now, if you're doing something in the tri-state, the leverage that I have, because I'm an international travel advisor, I gift all my clients, I plan their honeymoon for free. And
Wow.
it's like saving grace for them, because that's something else now that they don't have to worry about. And I'm glad I'm able to be in the position to offer that to them. They were like,
Amazing.
"Wow, you're just amazing. Now we don't even have to worry about our honeymoon." Nope, not with me. Um,
Wow.
and then we get right into the planning. So because I've been in business 24 years, February, I have over 500 vendors. So photographers, videographers, DJs, bands, you name it, I have it. And I just need to know what your budget is, and also your personality, because I know all my vendors, certain personalities don't mix with certain people. You need to know that. It's
Oh,
all about details. So I know what their budget is, what vendors to connect with them that I think they'll work good together. And then, pretty much the rest is history. Because as far as how many weddings I've planned in the tri-state area, I've planned 396 in the tri-state area in 23 years, and 85 destination weddings.
oh my goodness. This is amazing work. I cannot
So
believe it.
being an expert in my field, um, it's I have the years in. And listen, I am not a one-woman team. I have a staff of 9. I have an amazing EA. My executive assistant, she's the first point of contact of every bride that fills out our contact form. She's the one scheduling the Zooms with my brides. And then 4 florists on my team. I mean, and then we have guys on our team too, because we do decor and we do setup. So that stuff is heavy. I can't lift that stuff. I'm only 5'5". So
Yes.
we gotta
Oh,
have our guys in there, and sometimes when there's budget constraints, I have to talk about this. When there's budget constraints and we are changing over a room within 45 minutes, we have to have our guys there, where the guest is out doing cocktails, we're changing over a room, the same room, in 45 minutes. We have it down to a
yeah.
science, and they walk in and they're like, "Whoa, did they do this?" Yes. So it's all about precision with us. And I just have
Amazing.
an amazing team. I want to thank my team, because the team that I have now, they've been with me for 14 years.
Oh my goodness. Congratulations. This is amazing. And I'm just like, wow. I'm looking at your work. I'm so enthralled. And let me ask you, do you mean just your personally, about
Yes.
your life? How do you, tell me a little bit about your background, if you don't mind. And now, I don't know, are you married? Do you mind me asking? Have you been married?
I was married once upon a time.
Hmm.
I've been divorced for 18 years. And since we're talking about me, quite honestly, the man that I was married to, what I wanted to do, it wasn't for him. He said he didn't sign up for this. So he basically gave me an ultimatum. He was like, either you can follow this, or you can be this. And honestly, I asked my dad. I asked my dad's
Yeah,
opinion on this, and my dad was like, "You've never lived in a glass ceiling before. Why start now?" You know?
exactly. Yeah.
So I decided to file for divorce and follow my dreams. And I have no regrets. I really don't. And I just think that God, the man that God has for me, is going to understand that Yes, I desire to be married because you cannot plan events the way I plan events and not love love. I'm surrounded by love. I'm surrounded by the love of my clients, and I have so much love. Every single wedding that I've planned, no wedding
Ah.
looks the same. So that man that God has for me, he's going to have to know that this that I do is really a part of my life, and I'm not going to change this
And
until
be
God calls me
supportive
home.
and loving of it. Of course, you are amazing as a career woman, what you've accomplished. Yeah, you need someone who can respect that and also be on your level
Yes,
and not be insecure about it. That's it's kind of the same problem I have.
that's
So,
major, and
but
not be
the reason
insecure.
why I asked about personal because I was thinking like I wanted to know like, well, what is your idealistic wedding or what would you like to have one day? I'm assuming it'll be
Oh,
a
it would
destination wedding,
yes,
right? It would,
1000%.
right? Right. Oh, I could
It would
imagine the bells and
absolutely.
whistles.
Yeah, you know what's so funny? You're asking me about that. A lot of the destination wedding events and resorts they're like, Christina, we can't wait to plan your wedding
That
because
is so
we
sweet.
have so fun working together. I have a lot of relationships with a lot of resorts out of the country. So some of the resorts has only been in business 1 or 2 years. They're like, oh my God, you're not married? We would love to host you. I was like, find a husband first. And they were like, oh, okay, okay,
Exactly.
okay. But yes, it would absolutely be a destination. And I don't think it would be really big. For me, I would say probably 50 guests, something more intimate, but definitely be like power packed. Like it would just
Yes.
be a lot of mingling and a lot of events, and
But
definitely do like a catamaran or
but
something
can I
like that.
also ask, is it just you or you have a team at Heaven Sent Travel Agency? Do you have a team of people that you work with?
Yeah, so I actually have three agents that works underneath me as
Great.
well.
So
And
people you
listen, here's
trust. I'm just saying, so the
so
people you're
yes,
covered.
people are trust. So when I get married, when I get engaged, I will have my team assisting me because it's kind of
Oh,
hard when you're the wedding planner of the year. It's like, you know, being in business almost 24 years, like I'm just not trusting someone else to come in and try to plan my wedding, especially when I've been doing this for 24 years. So I would probably still be the planner and just have my team and say, all right, you guys take on the rest. I'm just going to be the bride because I always tell brides that we have DIY services as well. So for our DIY brides, we're like, okay, great. Yes, you've got up to this point, but at some point you have to take off the DIY hat and actually be the bride and actually enjoy everything that you've tried to plan on your own up until this point.
got it. Oh,
That
this is
would kind of
amazing.
be me. That
All
would be me.
right. I love it, Christina. Well, by the way, I can't believe we're with the wedding planner of the year. What else for today's show? We have 5 minutes left. Did you want to make sure people know about you, your company, how it works, and why they need to contact you? I love you. I'm contacting
Thank
you
you.
when I find but not happening yet. I'm telling you, it'll happen. It'll happen. So go ahead. You're
It
my
will.
girl.
We're going to put this out in the atmosphere. The reason why they should contact me is because this is not a hobby for us. This is what we do every single day. I'm built for this. I have the education backing me. I mean, the fact that last year I was inducted in Marquis Who's Who. When I tell you, people just don't understand the significance of that. It's phenomenal because this is the same publication that Warren Buffett and Oprah Winfrey is in. So the fact that they inducted me, they just don't induct anybody. And I win these awards because I'm an expert in my field. And I have my clients' best interests at heart. I listen to everything that they want, everything that they don't want, and I take in consideration that it's their day. It's not about me. And I always say that to our team. It's not about us. It's about our client. The clients that hire us, we understand that they're our boss and it's about them. And attention to detail is making sure that everything that they want for their day happens. And I'm in the position going 24 years this coming February to make sure that that happens.
Well,
And my attention to detail is like no other.
oh, my goodness.
And lastly, I love what I do. And my work is a reflection of that. And God has me here. That's why the company's name is Heaven Sent and not Christina. God has me here. That's why it's Heaven Sent. God gave me this business. So I honor him. And people, oftentimes people don't realize that because we get into the joy of the weddings and the celebrations, but weddings are a sacrament. And so as a sacrament, it's the number one representation of God. So I'm serving the Lord every time I'm serving someone and they're going and they're getting married. I'm serving him. And he's getting the glory out of everything that I'm doing.
I think I
So I
might
have to
tear
talk
up.
about that.
This is
I have to talk
beautiful.
about that.
I
Mhm.
love that. Wow. Really, you got me all teary-eyed there. That's beautiful talking about God and how amazing that you're helping him on the journey and all these people through him and heaven sent. Now it makes sense. I didn't know. I should have asked you that. Oh,
Yes.
this is
I have to talk
beautiful.
about that because sometimes people don't realize that he gets the glory out of everything that I do. And, every time I wanted to be elevated to the next level, I would pray about it, and God would not allow me to go to the next level until I had all my ducks in a row. Then he was like, okay, at this time, now you're being elevated. I wanted to be international like 25 years ago, but no. It wasn't until I had all my ducks in a row and all my licensing and all my education. Then he says, okay, at this point in time, now you can be elevated because I'm serving him. And he's going to make sure that no, you're not ready yet.
Oh my
God
goodness.
doesn't do 50%. He does 100%.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. I mean, this is beautiful work you're doing. I want to congratulate you on all the work you've done and all the
Thank
people and the
you.
love and that you're helping. And truly, look how passionate she is. I mean, this is her. This is her. She is you're so giving, you're so kind. You got such a great aura about you. And
Thank
I
you.
want everyone to reach out. So remind us, we could just Google your name and company. Social media, how do we find you? And do you offer
Yes.
an initial consultation? How does that process work if someone does want to work with you?
Yes. So they can go to heavensentweddings.com, and they can click on our contact form. When they click on our contact form, I literally get that form in 15 seconds. My EA will contact them and schedule a Zoom with me, a 30-minute Zoom. Our website, heavensentweddings.com, heavensentTravelAgency.com, Instagram, Heaven Sent Weddings, Facebook, Heaven Sent Travel Agency, and Facebook, heavensentweddings.com. My direct dial, 267-334-0301. I look forward to
Wonderful.
planning your weddings, your events, your honeymoons, and your destination weddings.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Really, it's a pleasure having you here and excited to reconnect and to hopefully we get to talk more and do some more shows together.
Yes, I would love that. Thank you so much
Oh,
for
no,
having me.
thank you. And to all of our listeners, please stay tuned. More of the shows coming right up. And oh my goodness, I can't wait to connect with you again. Are we back on next week?
We may be. We may
Oh,
be.
because I would love to see like if you could like pull up next time on the screen, we can see some of the venues you've done and the stuff you've
Yes,
created. I would love to share the screen and see it. Okay.
absolutely.
All right, good. Thank you so much. You have a great day, okay, sweetheart?
Thank you so much. I
All right.
appreciate you having me.
Same here. Thank you.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
Mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.